McFarland alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. To the Bucks in Milwaukee.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
And you know what, guys? It just seemed like they never really had the kind of energy necessary. They just weren't comfortable on the defensive end.
Let's check out Vancouver's starting lineup. We've got the great Joel Embiid out there with the great one. Then it's Junior, and it's Ball in a two-guard. Trains the three-pointer. Here we are, Clark, at the midway point of the season. Lots of guys banged up. Is it hard to decide for a player when to play through an injury and when to sit?
Yeah, you know, so many factors to consider there, Kevin. I mean, is the injury going to get worse by you trying to play? Is it a matter of pain tolerance? And you won't do any additional damage. So that's the delicate dance you're trying to figure out when you're considering playing while not being 100%. The biggest one to me is obviously, is it a long-term impact if you continue to play?
Here's Big Daddy following the bucket by the Ravens. Here's Red Hot. They can't stop the run with that one. Here's Cousin. And there's Vancouver with another bucket.
Red Hot so far, 4 for 4. Cooking with gas, couldn't draw it up any better.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence. And that ends the struggle. You could feel the tensions in the building with each miss.
Woo, man, this thing was turning into a soccer game. A lot of action and not many points.
Got a piece of it. Fast break, here they come. Here's P40, throws down the breakaway jam.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when they need a spark the most.
Awesome rewind, courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break. Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start. Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
Boy, he had a nice look at it after drawing the foul. Boy, it would have been nice to get an and one there.
ABC's checked in for New Orleans. Here's the great Embiid, the pass to Batista. And that one is stuffed right through.
Well, that's just good heads-up basketball from Embiid, making the pass to the open man.
Vancouver pulls it in.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. There's 1:54 left in the first. Here's Big Daddy, nailed from three-point land.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
So the Ravens call timeout, their first. New Orleans making some changes here. Primetime's checked in for the chosen one. Dub comes in for Red Hot. And Big Daddy subbed in for Big Daddy. Inside, here's Primetime. Got a hand on it, and he recovers it. There's the pass to Big Daddy. Fires the three. And another three for New Orleans.
Number 3.
All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Pelicans.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far.
Oh, that was worth the price of admission. Wow, we are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special.
A circus dunk for you right there, guys.
The Big Daddy passes to McCollum, and there's the drive, and he can't jam it through. And here's New Orleans now. Outpacing them right now in a 15-2 run. And that one, good.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint. And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession. And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Now a timeout called by the Ravens.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
Lots of room. And he connects with the jumper.
Potent with and without the ball. McCollum is a tremendous spot-up shooter.
Here's Tubb. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
No problems knocking that one down. McCollum's got 5 points so far.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
Just stretching out the floor that first. They had the defense scrambling.
And you know what? That's what happens when you establish your 3-point game early. Puts the defense right up against it.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And Vancouver, who they've got. Big Daddy is out there with McCollum. And there's Flash, and it's ABC, and it's prime time, and at the 5.
You know, at the end of the day, size does matter, especially on the glass.
Right wing. And they're on the break. Here's Tubb. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition. And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Passes to Red Hot. Three-pointer. They grab their own miss. ABC.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
Pass to ABC. Here's Flash.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Kane, he's checked in for prime time. The chosen one comes in for ABC. Red Hot, he's checked in for Dub. And Big Daddy's subbed in for Big Daddy.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here.
And you cannot leave anybody open on Ball's team because this guy is excellent at finding his teammates.
To the right side. In transition, here comes Vancouver. And that one's good, Junior. New Orleans leading by 12. The Big Daddy passes to Red Hot. For 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Red Hot's got 6.
Yep, you know, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
The 3, and again, New Orleans with the triple.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on it.
Here's Red Hot, up and in on the layup. He has 6.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Big Daddy's checked in for Red Hot. And Greg, you made your money on the defensive end. What was the toughest kind of player to defend up? A one-on-one guy or a constant movement type of player?
I've always will say that it's harder to guard movement. You know, as a defender, you drill a lot about guarding the basketball. But when a guy is great without it, man, that is the hardest job you can have defensively.
Pelicans leading by 20. And there's the pass to Big Daddy. Now here's Freak. D right on him. Here's Red Hot. 5 to shoot. Here's P40. His three-pointers off the mark.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
And trailing in this game, now is not the time to start playing conservative. I mean, if you've got an open look from deep, let it go. I mean, you've got to play freely and with confidence.
Here's Junior, and a little luck that time, but it drops. Junior's got 7. Junior's gone 3 of 5 shooting from the floor. Pass to the chosen. And the call will be against Red Hot. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul. Substitution.
16 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Great look, but off the mark. Pass to Big Daddy. Here's the 3, and another 3 for New Orleans. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans cruising into the quarter break with a 22-point lead. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After the first 2 quarters of play, it's New Orleans in control. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, give us your take.
They're getting it.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been a clinic out there by Big Daddy.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look they wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Freak is out there with the chosen one. Then there's Red Hot, and it's Big Daddy, and it's Big Daddy in at the 3. That's the Pelicans' 5. And that one drops.
Boy, ball plays with so much confidence. You know this guy believes in what he can do, including finding ways to score it inside.
Here's Red Hot. He's covered by Ball. Here's Big Daddy. They get it back. The pass to Big Daddy from outside the arc. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Here's Batista. Here's Embiid. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You know, there aren't a lot of centers in the league, true centers, who are in the MVP discussion on a yearly basis. Embiid is one of those proud few.
And he's got his first free throw of the game, and he knocks down the first one. New Orleans making some changes here. Prime Time's checked in for Kane. ABC comes in for the chosen one. And Big Daddy's subbed in for Red Hot. Prime Time's checked in for Vancouver. Passes it to Big Daddy. Here's Big Daddy. This one for 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Big Daddy's got 7 points in the game.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Most teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open looks at the three-point shot, but it seems like they have just not.
Oh!
Yes, sir! Come on, bring it!
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Ugh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there.
Boy, I'd love to get a replay on that one. Let's keep it handy so we can see it again.
And great camera work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Junior, a steal. Here's Big Daddy, uses both hands to slam it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
And here's the upcoming schedule for New Orleans. On Friday, then on Saturday, they'll head out on the road and face the Cavaliers in Cleveland. And I'm glad we got to see the Mobile One block once more. What a play.
And this is how you protect and grow a lead, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
The drive-by ball, and he uses the glass on the layup. Ball's got his second basket of the night.
Well, that sudden burst by Ball is so effective, zipping in before the defense can react.
Pass to Big Daddy, stolen by Ball. 11 feet away. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Knocked loose. The pass to the great. Lets a floater go. They retain possession. Good on the bucket. And it's 9 points for Junior. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. The Big Daddy passes to Big Daddy. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. To the left wing. Fires for three. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
Yeah, I guess when you're up this big, you can afford to get a little sloppy.
New Orleans making some changes here. The chosen one, he's checked in for prime time. Red Hot comes in for Big Daddy, and Dubs subbed in for Big Daddy. There's 57 seconds left in the third quarter. That one good for two. McCollum's got 7 points in the game.
And give McCollum credit. It's big for his confidence when he's able to muscle these shots in.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Yeah, but in the first half, he was just purely flawless as a ball securer. But that certainly hasn't been the case here in the second half.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Freak comes in for ABC. And it's Red Hot in for Big Daddy. Took him no time at all on that one. Flash has got his second basket.
And I like the decision making. He's taking what the defense is willing to give him.
You know, more and more big guys in the league have that mid-range shot in their bag now, and they need it.
In perfect timing, this run is exactly what they needed, and it's right when they needed it. They couldn't afford to wait any longer.
Yeah, it's still a big hill to climb. I mean, it was essential that they at least made some kind of dent in that lead before we got to the fourth quarter.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Out to the right wing. Here's ABC trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And so it's New Orleans. Finish. And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Ravens. And Vancouver, looking at who they've got. Flash out there with the great one. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Big Daddy. And it's ABC in at the 3 slot. Passes it to Red Hot. We're seeing a lot of top high school players opting for the G League over college now, Greg. What's your advice to top young players on their path to the NBA?
Well, Kevin, I think you just answered it. It's their path. And I don't think the same path is right for everybody. There are going to be a lot of talented young men and women who want to go to college for the experience.
you know, for the environment, for the networking, right? You're going to make some of the best friends you'll ever have on a college campus. Having said that, though, some kids aren't in the college, aren't in the school. They want to just go and pursue their passion and their craft. And that's why I think the G League and the developmental leagues that are out there are so good for these young players.
60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Let out the pass to the chosen one. Fires from deep, cans it from downtown. And 11 points for Dub. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for New Orleans.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Big Daddy's checked in for New Orleans. Big Daddy comes in for Dub. Junior's checked in for Vancouver. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Off target with his three.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
And Vancouver with some changes. Joel Embiid comes in for Flash, and the great subbed in for ABC. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. And Clark, the NBA is supporting those players who use their platform for change. In 2021, the NBA created the new Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Social Justice Award.
Yeah, that sends a really powerful message because those who have followed the career of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he was my idol as I was growing up, know that he not only performed at the highest level between the lines, but he has always been a voice and an activist for social justice, for education, for doing what's right and decent. His career outside of basketball clearly embodies what being about human rights is all about. So that's a really powerful message and one that I'm glad to see the NBA put forward.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Amazing how many players we're seeing come into the NBA, Clark, from all over the world right now.
Well, it's truly a global game, Kevin, and give credit to former Commissioner David Stern and certainly Adam Silver and his staff. The league is a global league. The star players have done a great job of promoting it as a worldwide game as well. Every year you get players from multiple continents, Asia, Africa, Europe, Australia. Basketball is, again, it's a global game, so it makes sense we'll see more players from all over the world in the NBA.
That's his second personal foul. Second team foul.
Vancouver working the ball around now, and it's denied.
A shot like that is a polite way to say, hey, coach, bench me.
Hey, that's crazy there. I mean, insanity. At least wait until you get across half court. My goodness.
No good on the quick three. Out to the right wing with the shot. No good on that one. So the Pelicans will take it the other way. To the wing right side. Here's Big Daddy. And the Pelicans miss again.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time. And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
That kind of deficit, I think they're going about it the right way. I mean, they've got to get aggressive on defense. They need stops. And then you got to take care of the basketball at the other end so you get a good shot every trip.
Vancouver trails by 17.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Pelicans.
They enjoyed a big boost from the strong play of their bench.
The subs came in and did their job. Those points off the bench were key to their victory.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
No doubt they came in very motivated to win this one and finish the season series at a game apiece.
Absolutely. I mean, they had this date circled on the calendar for redemption. I mean, you never want to lose 2 games and be swept. It can be harder in an East-West game than playing against teams in your own conference. So this is a big win for them.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was.
For Big Daddy.
Boy, this game really had his name all over it. I mean, he relished being the guy to carry the load offensively.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
So that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
And here's Thomas, who brings it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. They have a 19-point lead. Back to Snell. And again, no good by New Orleans. There's the lob to the hoop. So we see New Orleans taking the W here. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go.